All right, well, without further ado, we're at 5:58. I dare say it's okay to start the meeting a couple minutes early, since we have a rather full agenda tonight.
And we know our other board member is gone.
I'm here.
I'm here as well.
Who makes a motion for a quorum?
I'd like to make a motion for a state of quorum.
I'll second.
I don't know where I can look at your agenda. Oh, there's some.
Didn't even know if Stuart walked in late.
Reminds me of school.
All right, do we want to go to line item 3 with our unscheduled guests or 4 with our scheduled guests?
No, we're unscheduled, they're both on the agenda.
Okay. Are there any unscheduled? No. I don't think so. Moving along to line item number 4, scheduled guests. We have the honor of having Superintendent Freed Burgess with us this evening to discuss who knows what.
I don't want to talk about anything. I just wanted to come and meet you all, offer a hand here to join the town and the school community together so that we can grow. We can, you know, we're going to be looking at a bond issue. We want your input on what you want in that bond issue. And I just want you to know that we're willing to extend a hand and let's all be a group and work together. And I'm certainly open for suggestions. What do you want on a bond issue?
What are you planning on putting on the bond issue? What's your idea first?
Well, there's a lot of things that need to be done. Right now, we have a lease purchase and we're working on the roofs. Bids will go out. In fact, we've got it ready to go to the paper tomorrow, I believe, to be posted in the paper for the heating and air the roofs. We've got heating and air conditioning ready to go, but we still need windows. We might have some left on the lease purchase, depends on how these bids come in, that we can do some windows, maybe even some doors, but it's an old building. I
Well,
know.
that'd pretty much use up your bond with money, wouldn't it?
Lease purchase, that's, basically that's a loan.
Oh,
And
okay.
bonding capacity, we can, we could actually have over a $2 million bonding capacity. But, you know, I know that originally when we did a bond here 2 or 3 years ago that went down, there does need to be some work on the ag part of this if we're going to have an ag program. But it's going to have to take the community, it's going to have to take the town, and I think it's very important that we work together. And what does the town want? What does the community
Well,
want?
I always thought with bond issues, and we was talking about it before, it's totally cost benefit. The front of the school needs to look better, I think. I
Yes.
think that when people come to town and they're thinking about moving here, the first thing they do is drive by the school.
Well, and the roofs will help, but then this
Yeah.
summer we can work on the front of it, and new windows would help. Those windows, I'm not a local, I guess I am. I graduated 45 years ago, so I haven't been back for 45 years. But, you know, it's a beautiful facility. But yeah, it takes maintenance, and we haven't had a lot of maintenance. So it's going to now cost us money to get it there. But what I'm saying is, we want the town to survive. You need the school to survive. If the school goes, so goes the town. So I just feel like if we can all work together, and, you know, I'm pretty open book. I want to know what you want on the bond, and I want you to know what's going to be on the bond. This is what our intent is. And I know that FFA is a very big item, and Freedom always has been. I know that there's a lot of work that needs done out there. What do you want done out there? What sort of things do you feel like would help the facility? We want to bring in more people, make the town bigger. More people means more kids. And so if we all work together, and that's really what I'm here for tonight. I just want you to know that I want to work with you and hopefully the chamber, and maybe if we all work together, we can come up with what we need. And you have to declare 60 days before you're going to have a bond. So sometime here in the spring, I want us all to get together or whatever, and let's sit down around the table and let's talk about what we want for the town. Let's set some goals. And right now we've got a board that's getting along, and they've got that goal. That's what they want to do. They want to fix up the facility and work with the town, help bring in some families. And so that's why I'm here. I'm just wanting to tell you that I'm willing to work with you, and I'm asking you to work with me. And tell me how I can work with you. And I'll be back, and we'll talk about the bond issue. We'll talk about anything you all want to talk about. And you know, I just since I've been gone for 45 years, I've been a little surprised moving back, and I think it's time for us just to bury the hatchet. And do we want the town? Do we want the school to survive? And maybe that's the first question we have to ask. And if it does, it's going to take all of us. It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes all of us to make this town and this community and that school survive, in my opinion. So, you know, I'm certainly open for you to disagree or agree or whatever, but I just think we all need to be on the same page and get out there together as a unified group rather than as a dysfunctional family.
Well, thank you very much. I'm certainly all in for anything that I or the town can do to further the school along. I think a well-constructed bond will probably pass if it's well publicized, and if it's a good bond.
Well,
A
and
piecemeal bond
No.
didn't do so good last time.
Yeah, it's gotta be one that the board can get behind and not separate.
oh, definitely. And like I say, right now the board's working well together. They're not that they all agree all the time, but they work well together, and they're willing to give a little, take a little, and I think that is a good sign that we're on the right road. And like I say, they have a goal. We needed a roof, and we didn't have time to go on, so we've got our lease purchase, and bids are going out, and I think that's a good start. But
Well, we can certainly identify with aging infrastructure issues
yes,
and things
Why'd you look
that
at Cindy? That was pretty mean.
Plastic surgeon.
I was gonna say you were-
oh, well, we can't do a bond on that. So again, I'm up for suggestions. I think that sometime following the first of the year, it would be good if we had maybe a night or two, a month, a week or something, that we started sitting down, and I intend to go to the chamber and visit with them and invite people in, and let's just sit down around the table and what can we do to improve the town. You all whippersnappers don't remember. I remember when they put the fronts on the buildings here, and that was what all that was for, and to try to improve the town and bring people that wanted to come in. And one thing we're working on, we do have several new teachers this year, but our grade card was not good, but it didn't get there in a year. Didn't get there, it's been there for a while, so we're working really hard to bring those test scores up, and we're going to have a little time, but I think we'll see significant improvement in that this year. And that's what I'm here for, and I appreciate your time. And
Anytime you want.
I don't know about anybody else, but we're all kind of waiting for the, maybe the changing of the guard for as far as our school board members are, you know, so. I think there's 3 seats up now, and 2 of them are, I guess, appointed, right?
Right.
Right. So we'll see how that school board turns out. I hope, if it turns out like I hope it does, I think we can actually get some things done. So, that's all I got.
well, my door's open. I'm kind of a part-timer, but school knows how to get a hold of me, so if you need me, contact the school if I'm not there, and I'm willing to meet with you anytime that we can.
Very good. Well, our door's open also.
All right, well, I'll get out of here and open up the seat. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you,
Brown.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm sorry, Sandy?
Stewart.
Stewart.
Hey,
Page, okay.
yeah, I'm the 9-year-old in school.
All right, well, nice to meet you.
Got 11, boy up here and say it. That's about 9-year-old.
How about we skip to number 8? And we can have a discussion with our friends and neighbors from Harper Sanitation.
All right.
Step right up.
My friends.
I hate that this has come to the stables, has come to such a, issue. But they had us, as you know, and then they went to Rock Solid. And then they got one from you guys. So we're having a hard time servicing them for nothing extra. And I know that they now have service through us again, and
You're not liking it.
no, they're not happy. So, you sent over a copy of the contract for us. I don't know that when Mom and Dad come in and signed it, they ever got one. We just kind of stepped in, took over, and left everything kind of the way ATM had it. In there it says everything north of Freedom. It doesn't say anything about anything south, but we went ahead and kept Alabaster Caverns, everybody that was built through the town before. We just kind of, honored that and let it go, even though it wasn't in the contract. But I think when Russ was here the last 2 weeks, he just did a little hashtag count for me of just in the town, not the caverns or anything out that way, and he counted 51 dumpsters. So
What do we currently get billed for?
You get billed for 47.
well, my bill says 45,
Mhm.
but the contract I noticed was scratched out that you sent in and says 47, and if we need to go by 40, I'm not going to split
I
hairs
should
over
have
two.
scratched that out and put 60.
Actually, with all your surrounding area, there's
Yeah.
probably 62 or
So that's just in Freedom proper, that's not
Not-
north of town or any of our
No.
rural.
That's just what he picked up right here. Because normally when a lot of our other towns, when we go in, they have a name and an address for everybody they pick up. And here we just know where the dumpsters are and pick them up, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And you're not the only town that we just know where they are and we go get them. But that's why I said just give me an idea, and he did it twice and got 51 both times. So, and if we need to have someone go with him or have him tell us where they all are, that way if you have somebody that's not getting billed, you can correct that. But we're just kind of, do you guys want to renew a contract and with us, which we wouldn't need to really change
Well, from the
anything.
numbers, it sounds like it's working great for us.
there
I can
was
see you might.
one or
have
two
some
little
concern.
mistakes I've seen in your billing, and one of them's like the fire department and saloon, they share one, they don't each have one.
So that's in
And
your favor.
that's in your favor. Irving, Irving's, don't they live right out here on the highway?
Stan Irving?
Mm-hmm, I think that.
No, he lives, he lives next door to me. But anyway, he lives.
It's in town.
Oh, it's not who I'm thinking of then. Well,
Divine?
strike that. I probably don't even know what I'm talking about, Shaq.
Where's your post-it note at?
I left it at shop. She came and picked me up.
Honestly, if she hadn't pressed this issue so much, we probably would have just let it ride forever. But we just kind of want to know, we don't want to tick your residents off. We don't want to make them mad. What do you guys want to do? And this is just the first time we've had an
Can you
issue.
get off the record?
Not
I better is it?
Part of the benefit too on your part is if you have contracts, we do extra things for the town, which we're doing anyway. You know, like you get like your city office free service, your fire station is free service. We do roll-offs and y'all getting a pretty good deal.
See, I went
But
about the
will-
contract, round about once a month we dump it. Sometimes we'll go a month. And in the contract, it just says twice a year. And we've just been doing it and not charging anything for it. So that's one of those though. And we do that where we have contracts. We provide a roll-off at no charge. Engage just has one 4 times a year, and Winoka and Hammond have permanent ones. So we'll kind of do whatever the town wants to do as far as those go.
Well, since we closed the dump, you know, you have to come here and get a key to get in there to throw anything.
Large.
Yeah, in the roll-off or whatever, so, yeah, before we did that, that dumpster was always getting filled up.
Imagine.
So, but now I think we dump it, what, if we dump it once a month, it's
Yeah.
doing it.
Once a month is about average. Like I said, every once in a while we'll skip a month here and there, but
And if you decide to do this, I can help Miranda with, we have a form that would help her tremendously, like, we turn in account to you every month. We receive it from you, that way everybody stays on the same page, and if we're off one, well, we can sit down and figure out what went wrong, you know, real quick, and keeps everybody on the same page, like if somebody turns in their dumpster, or you get a new can service, that form shows it. You fax that to us, and then we write it in, and
tell
it
Russ to
just,
stop
it keeps
there.
everything real well. Matter of fact, all of our towns do that now.
Yeah, I think we've got every, we finally, but it's kind of, we want to know from y'all what you want us to do.
Like, we got one unused dumpster, I mean, since how it's not in use, do we get charged for that dumpster?
You haven't been getting charged for several.
No, 'cause
Well, now, see, we give one like to the city shop,
No.
you get that one. We give you 2 or 3 that, you know, that have to do with the city that we don't charge for.
I mean, like, a bunch of people wanted to go with 2 carts or something, and they want to turn in their dumpster, and then it goes out to the barn and just sits there, you know. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen, like, if we get 4 or 5 of them stacked up out there at the barn and they're not in use. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
You're
well,
right, the fee, the way it's set up right now, it wouldn't change. It'd be the same amount every month. Now, the way we do with most other towns, they would come off. Miranda would turn it into us, we would take it off the count or add every month and.
So the bill would be
I see what
different
you're
every- 'cause
talking
I pay the bills.
Okay, yeah, so it would be, it would be.
that's like Winoka, I leave about 3 of them there, saves me a lot of hassle. And but they're not getting charged for them right now. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, somebody needs one for something, we got access to it,
Yeah.
and then we can put them on the
Right.
bill and let
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And some of these towns do like a temporary, say, when somebody needs it for a month, you let us know, and then we just charge for that month. And then when, you know, we dump it and I move it back or whatever, well, then, you know, it comes back off. So that works kind of good for both people. Yeah, we don't charge if they're just sitting
No.
over there.
No, and honestly, this is the only town that doesn't go by account. All the other ones I do, we fluctuate, plus and minus every month. I mean, and once you get it down, it's easy. And I don't think it's gonna be that hard here if you guys wanna go that way. But,
Do your drivers have a pickup list or anything, or they just kind of go off of
Well, it's getting better.
what their ancestors told them?
yes, a lot of that is here. It's what, I'm trying to look and see. As far as in town, he does not have, see, on his route sheet, it says Town of Freedom. He's supposed to know what time he starts and stops, but it does not have any addresses. Now, all of our customers outside of town do. And some of yours that are billed, like we've got an Eden Arley that is billed through you guys, or so we think. I mean, and it's got directions because he's not in town proper.
Yeah, we have.
So we have directions like that for him, but as far as in here,
How many do you have on your rural list?
There's a dozen anyways.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on his, and what, how many does 19 have? See, a different truck gets Alabaster Caverns, is
Okay.
why, because they're up this way a little closer. How many is
I think
Alabaster
we
Caverns?
counted
have?
12, and then I didn't realize this other guy was on until I got to digging in, and I didn't know he was on Freedom.
So,
So,
yeah.
So almost another 20.
nah, not that many, probably 13 or 14 maybe.
You get right down to it. How many does the Caverns have?
5.
5? There's 5 right there. So, and wait, I mean, I'm not gonna push to change the Caverns or the ones that are already that way. We're not here to make people mad. Whatever works out best for you guys is fine with me.
I'm not sure what the town traditionally serviced before they wrote an ATM contract in 2009. I mean, I'm guessing that,
Because Harper had it
Yeah.
before ATM.
I could
had
go
it.
dig. We keep records for forever.
well, I didn't know a lot of the, I can understand, you know, in the only contract that we're going off of now, it just stated Freedom in north of Freedom along where we provide gas service. Well, obviously, Barley Eden and people south of town wouldn't fit into that contract, so that makes me think that at some time Harper has traditionally serviced them through the town, and probably even before that, maybe the town.
Because when I started is when the ATM started. I didn't ever have a Harper contract. That's why I said I don't.
I can go back and try to find one of the old I'm sure it's there. But typically, some of our other towns just have a 3-4 mile radius.
3.
That's typically what they have, but
What I'd like to do, I'd like to get out of the little trash bin.
it's whatever works for you guys. I mean, like I said, I don't want to upset Alabaster Caverns or any of them if that's good
If
income
they're
for
free.
you guys. You
We
might
count them
have
as
it.
grandfathered in.
Yeah.
I mean, we picked up that as is and just kind of
Well, it's also a state park, so
it's ran with it. I mean,
Well, but obviously I'm assuming our rural trash service is billed the same as in town. So you're kind of pulling the rug out from underneath somebody if they're used to paying the town's trash service. And then they've got to go find their own independent trash service.
Well, right now, the way I would grandfather everybody that's in it now, and then just
And
make a
then
policy
we can
that we would
work
not
with
accept
them.
any more rural trash
That's
service.
the easy way.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And we're all right with that.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, because we can just say that we have our contract and we've already spoken with you and refer you as the pickup. I mean, that's what we've done with others as well, because I think Greer Road, we had several on there that ended up, I think, going with the town of Winokas when we went to
That's us
ATM.
too.
Yeah, because they were closer on that route for that day than coming on ours for that day. So it's like, they just kind
Yeah.
of went back and forth for
Yeah.
some of those out there on that part of town.
it's, yeah.
But like I said, I agree with Shad. I was like, I would rather not tip the apple cart on the ones that have always paid us
Right.
through us. And I mean, if that's okay,
That's
I
fine
mean,
with us, yeah.
and we'll just, I think we need to get the numbers right and get the amounts right and get something with you guys, because we don't have anything in writing with you and we need something.
And we, and our small town contracts are pretty simple. They're not very legal. They're just, we will do this at this price. And it lists the freebies that we will do. You know, the roll-offs and the city offices and, you know, the rodeo grounds. And I know we come up on the Saturday of rodeo to do some around town, and we do that for free.
The Buzzard Rally, you do good there, so.
Yeah, we try to, you know, and you guys need to make money as well. This should be something that you guys can get a good income off of. So whatever.
Yeah,
we
well,
need to
we're
do.
thinking hopefully that your businesses do well and you don't have to worry about taking care of us. You know, we're just gonna do it for you that Saturday.
Yeah, we're used to it. We do the same thing for Winoka, the snake hunt. And we go up on Saturday and take care of them, so that's part of it. We're just kind of wanting to open the discussion to what do we need to do to fix it, and we'll do it.
Sounds like we need to reconcile all of our records with each other and get a finalized dumpster count and see what it's gonna take to service all those.
We've tackled worse. It's
Oh,
not gonna be
goodness.
hard.
Especially, I'll never forget, we took over Hammond because ATM had it. And me and one of the older bosses, we went down there, had no idea what we was doing. We had a little map they gave us and there was dots. We come to find out some of those were ponds. And we just had to, we had step by step, we just had to keep driving around the countryside to find all these places, and but we got it. We finally got it. It's all on paper now, and even has directions to them, and it just takes a little while to get it all done.
Yeah, this is not gonna be that hard.
No, because
really
it's
not.
mainly just the in-town stuff that,
Everything else we have directions and a name to. It's just the in-town that we don't. So, and that won't be hard to figure out at all.
You ought to try to find the water meters.
you see,
Dumpsters
some of
easier to
behind
pick
the
out.
houses.
Behind, in front, the neighbor's yard, across the alley, under the asphalt.
No.
I know where they're all at now. It took me a year, but I know them all.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, it's just whenever you want Ed to come up and follow our driver around and kind of get an idea off of your list who we might be missing.
That'd be fine.
I had a guy over there
Print out a list
that,
of who. Well, I guess it's-
See,
I have a list on the
Okay.
computer that I actually faxed and I give them one day. I'll be able to
I
do
sat
it.
there, he said, well, now go up here 2 miles, I said, here, and I sitting there writing directions. He said, well, I said, no, I've got to get, my driver's gonna need to know where he's going. We bought a little company out over there in Chester, and I can get it, but I just gotta have a little time to write all that stuff down.
Yeah, he was going around with a pickup truck emptying his dumpsters because his truck had broke down. So he decided, crap, he had about 50 of them.
Yeah, he had more than I thought he did, yeah.
But
So that took us over towards Oakwood. We never thought we'd be over in that area, but that's fine.
we'll go anywhere.
Growth is good.
You bet.
Well, we'll have to, like I said, we'll have to get our count and then have you guys come in and make sure there's a physical count.
Mhm.
We don't have an issue where
I
we
don't-
show 2 dumpsters on our books and you show 2 and then in actuality there's only
Yeah.
one.
What helps is that paper she gave us where the street addresses and all's on there. That makes it kind of easy for me to go to that address. Yeah, these here, I was looking, I thought, oh, that's kind of neat.
And our
Because I can
poly-
actually kind of go by that and
Our
and
poly
check it
card
out.
count matches. Woohoo! So
Something's wrong there.
I figure we're probably both.
Don't look at that again.
But yeah, that's a fight for another day. But like I say, it's not going to be that hard to fix. It's really not. And I just want to make sure that you guys are not upset over the stable situation we're not
No.
ruffling feathers there, so.
That's where we just come tonight, just say, hey, we're willing to do what it takes for us all to get on the same page.
We're willing to hand Staples over to you.
Yeah.
I kinda get that
I tell you, I
impression.
personally know the guy that works for Rock Solid, and I told him, I said, thank you. Would you like to have him back? He said, no way.
Yeah, it's,
And I brought that out on a Saturday, and that lady, she was not nice to me at all. I said, ma'am, I work on salary. I don't even usually work on Saturday, but I wanted to please her. There wasn't no pleasing her.
Who is it? Who you talking about?
The lady,
I don't know who it is.
the little, she's born, I don't know. She said she was here when the Canadians were here.
Yeah, Stella.
Huh?
Her name's Stephanie, I think.
Maybe,
Stella.
I wanted to
Well,
forget.
is Mexican girl?
Yeah, maybe that's
a
what.
Stella.
Okay.
I didn't know she was mean.
Well, she just wouldn't give, and I said, ma'am, we're not gonna come. It's kind of a long story. I was there out in the rain, and I said, well, we can't come to terms. Would it be better if I take the dumpster back till you decide what to do, and then she said, yeah, it is. Well, I was getting in pickup. Well, no, being you're here. And so he brought me a check out, and he said, this will pay us through December till we figure out what we're gonna do.
Check it out.
not as
Do
far as
what?
I know. See, that was the problem, that's why they left.
We're not allowed to talk about that. Thank you.
I can see there's an issue both ways because that's why I was asking if Harper had them through the town before, or if the original Freedom Trash
I
Service
don't know, cause we had them as
administered
ours
the caves
for
back in the
years.
day.
And I don't know why they decided to go with Rock Solid about 6 months ago,
Maybe so, probably.
somewhere around there. But they were billed through us, so I don't know. I can go back and see how long they've been billed through us. But
Yeah, I think we need to make it right one way or the other, and I think if we find that given the amount of dumpsters, there has to be a rate increase or anything like that, I don't mind rebidding for the state contract, because these ideas of grandfathering everything in has kind of left us in a little bit of a mess, and if we're gonna keep our rural accounts, it's hard to go past one place and say we're not gonna service you, to go pick up dumpsters and drive right by them every time, you know, because you're kind of hopscotching through there, and their neighbors are bragging about how their trash is
That's what happened.
half the price, and then
yeah,
on the left side of them and the right side of them, they're getting service, but them and the people across
We-
the street.
All they gotta do is sign up for it, they got it. I mean,
We-
It's not that they can't get service from Harper.
No, I mean through the town though, because Wade Walker and all.
Well, that's what I tried to explain. I said, we give. I told her, I said, you know what grandfather, yeah. I said, what we did, I said, we always give small communities a better deal because they've struggled enough as it is. But if we did all our customers, all of them that way, we couldn't do it. But we do. We like small communities. We want to try to halfway do you guys the best we
and
can.
if we need to move those few in between so there isn't that and add it to your account, I don't have a problem with that, I really don't. That way,
She told me she's going to go talk to her neighbors. That's
I'm
well.
sure she.
You got a new Frontier out there.
Frontier.
It'd be just south of Caves, Frontier Radio Company.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Just
no.
the peach cans in the campfire.
That's, isn't that with, what is that company out there on that curve? I know who you're talking about, but
Danlin, or it used to be Danlin. It's
yeah,
Phil-
yeah. Is that not part of that, or is he doesn't own that? Oh, I don't know who's doing that then. I always thought maybe they just brought theirs up and put it in there.
Who does Darren Hughes and Boyd Hughes and them? Is that-
We have Boyd, I know, but
They probably are on, guys, I mean,
You have,
I can see both sides of the argument. In my mind, we've already set precedents if we're servicing Boyd Hughes and servicing the caves, and we're servicing Wade Walker, and we're servicing
Well, the caves are not.
whoever else out there.
they should have moved in a long time ago.
The benefits of moving to town.
Yeah.
And if we needed, this would be the first time we've moved our borders out.
I was gonna ask, if we do it like a yearly, revisit it every year and see what's going on, what,
Oh, we can do
adjust
whatever.
and-
Whatever you, however you want to work it.
Absolutely. And if you guys want to set a radius that includes the caverns, we can do that. I don't want to put you guys in hot water any more than we want to be in hot water.
Yeah.
The caverns, do they through us?
Yes.
Okay, they-
Yeah, we just check in the State Department. They just PO it out and then the state pays.
Mhm.
We always get paid.
Those are nice. We have a lot of
none.
those. Those are nice. It's, those out there, we have addresses and names and we know. The ones in here, we can get. It's not gonna be that hard. At
Okay.
least addresses for you.
Well, let's get all of our dumpster counts and all of our addresses and all of our names and everything gathered up and kind of see.
Stuart, you
What
want to
we
do
have
that
for sure.
for us?
Yeah. Well, I did it with him the other day.
Oh, well, if you get rid of that's fine. If you've already done one and got with him, I didn't think we'll call that good.
But you need to know where to bill 51 if that's what we're picking up. Of course, minus the freebies. You need to know if they're there, but you need to make sure that you guys
Well-
get billed what you.
The easy part would be go buy that paper and go to that address. Oh gee, there's not one here, but there's a polycart. We'll scratch through that and put polycart beside it. Be,
Just clean up all the.
Well, that's what we were driving around, I showed you the dumpster and then I told you what street address it
Mhm,
is.
mhm.
Because most of them are in the alley or they're on another
Right.
street or something.
Like mine's behind my house.
Sometimes they blend in with the scenery.
Yeah.
They do.
like the one,
Right,
behind-
not even
the one
see it.
behind the house.
So, yeah, we can get an in-town count and we can get a contract and it can be as short or as long as you want to, it doesn't matter to us. And I know gauges, we go back every year. We just plan on
I
it.
just want to, like I said, I just
Some
want
of
to make
them's
sure
3
the counts
years, some of
stay,
them's, you know.
correct.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
both of us.
And it'll be, once you get there, it's real easy.
Mhm.
But you just need to let me know on your end, if you want a contract, what you want in it. Obviously, the freebies will be listed. Do you want a radius of so many miles? Do you want, how you want it worded? And that's what we'll do.
Something for y'all to talk about. We knew we couldn't do anything tonight,
No.
but we could talk about it.
We did.
We can get the ball rolling and start.
We certainly will talk about it.
So we're open to anything.
Remember, I like you, Ty.
I know.
And-
That makes me kind of question your judgment.
But, yeah, we'll do, however you guys want to do, whatever's gonna cause you the least amount of grief and feathers, ruffle feathers, we can scoop the radius out further and,
Yeah, if you want to do that whole row, we have another customer that out by Alabaster. If you want to do, I can eat crow. We can go and let her have that for, it's all right. If it'll work for both of us, that's,
yeah, well,
Shad, he still charges me for my tea, even when I feel up down there.
He won't give
He won't budge. He won't
He's
budge.
tough, yeah. You
I
think
renew
he
my
brings treats
contract every
every
6 months with you. Make sure we get top dollars.
You ought to be bringing pizza and all that. Beer?
I'm glad there's a quick stop here again, though.
Oh, God,
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Is this little cafe right here? I didn't know it was here.
yeah, I'm gonna have to take it to eat.
Oh,
I've actually never
It's
eaten
good.
there. It's good stuff.
Is it? If we'd known, we'd come a little earlier. But we didn't want to drive through Winoka and then come back up. Thought, well, that's not gonna work.
Well, I guess we'll visit the trash issues some more after we
Yeah.
make sure everybody has all their information on both sides, and you can come to us with what.
And I can send
What
you
do you
guys
think?
kind of a sample small town contract, and you guys can let me know
Scratch.
how you want it, what you want included, that way.
And you may say, I want it just like that. That'd be sweet.
I want it simple.
Yeah, as long as it's not as wordy as Winoka's will be. It's a little long-winded.
No, we don't want to have to call our lawyer. I mean, that
Simple folk.
get him out there cost what a dumpster does.
Yeah, it's expensive, so, yeah, I don't even bother ours. It's easier. So, and I didn't send you a bill, because I was waiting.
I have a check ready for you.
Oh, well, it's the same every month.
By the way.
I know, it's like, we went on vacation.
She's
so
out
I
of
was in
there.
early, so I was like, I don't have it yet, but I know what it was.
Yeah,
gonna be.
yeah.
I was like, and if there's a little bit more, I can catch up.
Oh, no, it's fine, yeah, do you want it?
Yes.
Okay.
She added those 20 missing dumpsters to it.
No, and like I said, it's about the easiest bill we do every month. Hit repeat. So,
All right, well, that'll work
okay.
Okay,
for me.
Thank
we're
you.
starting with it.
Yeah.
We
Thank
got
you.
started.
You bet.
So we knew we couldn't do much.
See you later.
Started.
Very fast.
Miranda, looking forward to calling you again. You need
spending
anything,
lots of
like,
time
I tell this
together.
girl, I said, now, if we messed up, you call me and we'll get her fixed.
She'll take care of it. She can be mean, but same thing.
Well, I've not seen anybody mean yet.
Like I said, anytime.
So you went to Vegas?
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for your time.
We'll get out of your hair and let's go get to the.
Have a good evening. Hey.
You found the beaches aren't much different. Miami, playing in the ocean. Sharon got kissed by a dolphin. Yeah. I will have a
I
house
did not
there.
get kissed by a dolphin, if that's okay. I don't really want to get kissed by a dolphin in Vegas.
Okay, moving right along off the dolphins.
Well, I didn't do it on purpose.
No. You didn't.
All right, that takes care of the bad joke part. Fire and ambulance report, I'm guessing will be,
She didn't send anything. I asked her if she didn't have anything.
Yeah, she forgot. She was,
very good.
bring up one thing, we can talk about it later, but we got another $1,700 bill on a compressor on that ambulance.
That's what she sent me.
Yes,
1,500 estimate.
yeah. If the town can take care of that too.
There is no account.
Vote on it if we want to. You want to wait for Rolando or however we think we can handle that? Or do we need to
Is
do
it a
it?
voting issue?
I can PO it and then you can vote on it then. Next
PO
month.
away.
Be away.
Okay. It'll be on a PO next month.
Do you know what's going on with the city pumper truck? Did they get that working?
I
For
don't know.
our iOS rating.
I would assume they did.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't heard it. I couldn't be at that meeting to do it, but I haven't heard anything to the negative.
Okay. I know there was some mania about the pumping water by the time of inspection. All right, does that conclude the fire and ambulance report?
Yeah.
Okay.
all I
She
got.
said yes. Okay. She said yes. That's it.
Okay. Maintenance department, do you have anything to report?
Oh, only that, there's a guy here last week that climbed the water tower, he took a bunch of pictures. He said their company owed us an inspection. I guess you might have overpaid his company or something, or paid for the service, but it hadn't been done. But when I got back to the water tower, he was gone. So, and I know he climbed it because I seen him climbing it. And he cut all of that dead cable down that was run alongside the ladder. So he's gone before I could get his card or whoever he was working for. But he took pictures of the fence that was down. So I went and bought some new corner posts. So we're gonna just have to take this fence back down when the guys decide to trench us a hydrant off that well. We gotta get that fence back up. I got the post to replace that bent one, so go back with all new posts and stuff. But, yeah, it kind of made me feel old. He was in his 60s. I think he said he was 63. He was climbing that tower. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because I'm afraid of heights.
I could do it, but I won't do it.
But, yeah, I didn't get his name or his company or anything, so I was hoping that they'd send us an email or something.
When was it? How long was it?
It was last Friday.
Oh, it hadn't been that long.
Utility services.
If you don't get something within like a week, you might call them or email them and see if they've got the results.
Yeah, but he took.
Okay, let's figure out who it is.
So,
Yeah. Well, we should have a contract with some more water tower service.
Yeah, it's utility services,
What kind of
utility
value?
maintenance services or something. It's like every other year. Every other year they inspect it and they do all that, and then the other, in between years is when they drain it, clean it,
Paint
and
it.
service, yeah. So it's an every other year. So, and that's what they do.
Just surely they'll get back with you pretty quick.
yeah, but I think we're probably in violation with that fence being down, so we'll get it back up.
Fine.
That's basically all I got. All the vehicles are ready for winter, and you thank Waldo for making the outside out here look nice and shiny, and all the lights and stuff. I think what do you do? Their building, our building, and post office. Yeah, we can thank him for that. And that's it.
Are we the ones that are supposed to trim the tree?
What tree?
I didn't do it last year.
That big tree.
With no lights on it that gets hit every year where it's posted. Yeah, no, it's their job.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you very much.
Who's there?
Chamber. They put it up there.
They put the lights, but Ed
Normally,
used to trim it, not that that tree needs much trimming, but I mean, just trim it up.
the chamber
Yeah,
paid
they-
him to do that. The chamber
They would
did-
light
yes,
it,
Yes, it's the chamber's project.
and the school would decorate it.
In the past, I know they've had different, like when the after-school program was in place, that program made homemade decorations of different things. And I know a couple of times that when Mrs. Ferguson was here, her kindergarten class would make some homemade decorations and they'd put on there and stuff. So it's been passed around, but it's always, I guess, it's always asked for by the chamber as to who does it. I mean, they ask, we don't.
They have all the lights.
No.
They've got all the lights and everything for it. And my big candy canes, I think. Okay.
Oh, one other thing, we might as well bring up the issue of the missing table mystery.
Yeah.
It's at
What'd
my
you
house.
find out, Nancy Drew?
Nothing. As dumb as I was before, I
The
found out.
tables from the AFAM building,
Mhm.
2 of them, they're at my house.
Well, there was more than that though, wasn't
No, I
there?
only took 2.
I mean, but there
Did
was
somebody
more.
beat you there?
I don't
Take
know.
5 more?
I don't know, because there was one folded one that I borrowed and one long one that was standing up. That was all I saw. The town had bought 5 or 6 6-foot folding white tables, and those were nowhere to be found down there. Because that's what I was looking for.
When I came to work here, they had, well, 5 or 6 of them down there, and they had a whole bunch of these chairs, matching chairs. And then after that fire, well, when that fire took place up here at the river, they all disappeared and they never came back. Well, I was in their assumption that they belonged to somebody else and they come and got them, so.
No, they have the Town of Freedom written on them.
Check the caves, I
Check-
guess that's where.
Was that where I would check the caves and then the county, wasn't there some stuff set up at the
Well,
county?
they're not in at the county.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever the command post was, that's where I would check then.
So they had a command post at the caves?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's from the second fire, not the Anderson Creek fire.
Command post in a big wooded area
Yeah.
for the swamp.
Well, auxiliary, Lee's auxiliary,
Water came right?
lent us all them tables set up for Santa Day. But they're all, theirs are written on, all the chairs are written on that's who they belong to.
Some
But
of them got mixed up there.
Yeah, so the only other thing I can think of would be if they ever got moved down to the Legion building for anything that was done, like the school, if they had borrowed, you know, both buildings when they did the carnival. I don't know about this year, but last year I know they had used both buildings and like at rodeo time, I don't know who borrows or does what, if anything ever got mixed up with like the cowboy auxiliary tables. I mean, like I say, it can get mixed up.
yeah,
Just
they
have to-
marked all theirs. I mean, they're all written on, but, it's,
I don't like to say, I have.
I just assumed they belonged to somebody else.
Borrowed, but
If we could find something that proves that we own so many tables, you know. Because Wardrop says that the table he has are all his.
Ours were, I want to say 6 foot and they folded down, for sure, that I know.
But they
of.
were white plastic.
White plastic, yeah.
That's what I thought, well.
Every freedom function, all the town people will be going
Found one.
With this guy gonna call in probably tomorrow or something, but the co-op, they're gonna have some kind of get together with the co-op. So, but I didn't know any of the particulars about it, so I just told him to call.
And if we need to purchase
like to
some
have
more
that
ones,
table
we got them
back.
at Atwoods, but you can give them
They're
to
ours.
Walmart or Atwoods, no. Atwoods, you wouldn't pay the taxes on it because we have the charge account there. But that's where we got them.
GPS tracking on them to me.
Chipping?
A little chipping.
The things like they put on frac tanks underneath of them. All right, well, thank you for the table update. Keep up the good work.
Nancy Drew.
Yeah, keep looking for them tables. Nothing from the office manager
Very good.
/ clerk / treasurer
No,
reports.
I just got the statements whenever I was on vacation, so they're not reconciled.
Okay,
They will be reconciled later.
moving swiftly along, item number 6, has everyone had time to go over the past meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, line item 7, has everybody had a chance to look over the POs for general fire and ambulance fund?
I have. I'll make a motion to accept.
I will second that motion to accept.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, we've discussed number 8 with Harper Sanitation and appreciate their time. Number 9, discussion and action on the 2017 interlocal agreement with Circuit Engineering District number 8.
Basically, it just states that we don't take any kickbacks, they don't take any kickbacks from the town, it's a housekeeping item. Local agreement. ever changed on it is the date. The only thing they ever change on it is the date. If there's even a date, I think it's left blank for dates.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye, aye.
Motion, all opposed, same sign, motion passed.
Item 11.
10.
This team.
Thank you. Item number 10. Resolution on notice of election for general election on April 4th, 2017.
I have the notice of election. Be it resolved by the governing body of the town of Freedom that for the purpose of electing officers of said town, that a nonpartisan general election, if needed, shall be held on Tuesday, April 4th, 2017. Be it further resolved that the filing period for the electing officers of said town shall begin at 8 a.m. on Monday, February 6th, 2017, and close at 5 p.m. Wednesday, February 8th, 2017. Be it further resolved that the officers of said town to be elected are nominated by, I misspelled ward, nominated by ward and elected at large. I will fix,
How can you misspell award?
just don't worry about it.
And spell check.
Yeah, be it further resolved that the following officers will be elected for 4-year terms. Board of Trustee Ward 1, which is Main Street South. Randy Reed's ward is what it was. Rolando was appointed at that point in time. Trustee of Ward 3, Chads, from Pioneer Street, from Main Street to Pioneer Street and west. And Town Clerk Treasurer. Those 3 positions are up. Be it further resolved that each candidate must be qualified elector by virtue of being a resident and registered voter within the municipality or in the ward if an office is from a ward or filing a declaration of candidacy. Be it further resolved that the absentee ballots will be provided in accordance with state law adopted this 14th day of December 2006.
Can a ward nominate a candidate outside of their ward?
The position would have to go unfiled for, and then if it's not filed for after the election, then it can be appointed.
So if nobody runs in that ward, then it can be.
Yes. One thing that we need to probably consider for future elections is that to do away with the wards to make it a little easier on smaller towns. Tacoma does and nominate at large, elect at large. So there's no wards per the town. So it's like somebody across the street, your neighbor, and you could be on the board.
Does that take a vote of the people, or can we just make a resolution?
A resolution has to go out at least 60 days prior to the election with no appeals. As long as there are no appeals, then it is set. If it gets appealed, then it has to go to the public as a vote on a special election.
What's an appeal? What do you mean?
Someone would have to go to a resident would have to go to the election board and say that they do not want an at-large. They want it to stay wards.
Okay.
You would think you would have to change that prior to the filing time.
It's not done. That's not what I understood it to be, because I asked Sandra, going from the election board. Because her and I have
I'm sure
discussed
you
it in
got
the
the-
past about it being so small, and it's really hard sometimes to get people in the right wards when it comes time for the election. That's why a lot of times it's left blank and then it's nominated later, or appointed later.
Okay.
So, but this just needed to be done by January, and I figured now would be the time to get it done, so we're not late.
Make a motion to go ahead with that.
I will second that.
You will?
I will. I
All
don't
in-
Very
think,
good.
All in favor?
I,
Motion passed.
You didn't say anybody.
Anybody opposed?
There you go.
Same sign. Motion passed. Remind me to get your signature on that.
oh dear.
Remind me to
Do
spell.
we want to
the
put
word right.
number 12 for last?
Well, can we do 11? Number 12 is last. Basically, there's nothing left of, I mean, everything following 12 is
Okay.
pursuant to 12, which we need to make a motion in the, whenever you're stating number 12, no, I guess it's whenever you're stating 14 that you state it's only item 12 instead of 11. I forgot to have you change that when we added the line item. I found it out on the airport, in the airport yesterday, and it was a little too late, so I was like, oh, well. Well, can't go over now. Plane has done taken off, and I'm in airplane mode. We didn't land until 5:15,
You fly with
Alright,
the
I'm gone.
straight to.
Sure, have a good evening.
You too.
Yes,
Well, moving on.
Kelsey goes, she flies into LA. She will not fly
Item
with
11.
okay, so you doing 11 now? Are you doing 11?
Yes.
Okay. Arrange your hand.
Application for eligibility for federal property donation program.
It's another housekeeping deal. I have to do this, it's not every year, it's every other year, I can't remember off the top of my head. This is so that we will get notifications when federal equipment or property goes on surplus, we would have opportunity to purchase it if need be, and we can submit surplus at an auction as well. It's just updating information, giving us the opportunity to participate in the program.
Can I see it?
Because it had Ty's information on our part, so we would need to update.
The wildlife department went to an online auction deal, Purple Wave.
Oh, very cool.
So how do
We may
they-
do this also.
How do they disseminate what would go through this program versus what they would put on Purple Wave? Or do those work together, or?
I don't
Purple
know.
Wave, anybody and everybody can vote, can auction on this only municipalities.
Municipalities have, I think it's like first shot at
First
it.
bid.
Yeah, and then what might not sell then would probably go to Purple Wave, would be my guess. I don't know, I can call.
Because we do that, we transfer stuff around. If we have something somebody wants, and then,
Mhm.
yeah, same thing, then nobody wants it, it goes on Purple Wave.
We need a conference table and a tractor and a lawnmower,
You can
possibly a
ask
boat for dredging the lagoon,
Mrs. Bolden.
welder, trash pump.
Yeah, we need
About
to,
anything you got, we'll take.
yeah. Well, I'll make a motion to accept that.
I'll second Ty's motion.
All those
Aye.
in favor?
Aye.
All those
So,
opposed? Sign, motion passes.
You're awful quiet, Brad.
okay. Line item number 12. It is time to enter into executive session to discuss all of Town of Freedom's personnel responsibilities, benefits and bonuses pursuant to 25 OS 307 B1.
Oklahoma statute.
Oklahoma statute 3:07.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
What time?
7:03.